There was somebody on the Facebook Neon groups. I can't remember your name, dude. I'm hoping this video reaches you because I told you I would do the video whenever it stopped raining down here in Georgia, because it's been like raining like every day for the past 3 months. And I just, I work a normal job, so I just haven't had time. But I'm finally getting to it. This is this kit, the brand on it. I'm gonna post it. If I can find a link to it still, I'll post it in the description, and I'll put a screenshot of what it looks like. It's made by a company called Biltech, or that's the brand on the packaging anyway. The kit I bought was for 4 manual to power window conversion and power lock system. So this is my 96 Neon, aka Little Red. It's honestly the nicest thing I've ever owned, because it was completely stock. I bought it with only 84,000 original miles on it. It is complete base model. The only option whoever got it with wanted was the AC, and it's all factory equipment, and the AC still works. It is a 5-speed. So we'll start off with the box, the control box that comes with the kit. Mine is right there, and you got all those wires there. They go up and over. I've got a ground wire attached here just for extra. All those wires go behind the pedal, under the carpet, behind the pedals. Go out through there. This whole ribbon of cables here, including that inline fuse. Well, not including the inline fuse. The inline fuse goes up here, and I've got a fuse splitter. I have it tied into the ignition, so as long as they will not come on, the windows will not have power unless you turn the key, just like a normal power windowed car. The rest of the bunch of cables there goes out of the car into your what I call ducting or conduit, and into the driver's side door, which is where this thing is mounted. And what you do, okay, here's the motor. All they are is high torque motors. You can actually get replacements of these motors for like, I think 19, 20 bucks if one goes out. But I only really use my front windows, really, and all the motors are the same. So if one of my fronts went out, I could just take a motor out of the back and put it in here. Now, for the Neons, I don't know about other cars, because I've never done it to another car, but on the Neons, where your manual windows, well, your manual window reg is mounted, you got these 2 bolts. And what I had to do, and these pieces actually come in the kit. If you look, see if I can see it in the camera. If you look back here, you can see a black spacer. It's about 3/4 of it, maybe an inch long spacer. And what you have to do, you have to unbolt the reg and hold it with your hand back here and pull it back to where you can put spacers on these bolts. And these are the original bolts. You can see the red paint that's actually still on that one. So, and you put those spacers behind that bolt, or on those bolts, to be able to space that regulator back far enough to slide this on and get it as flush with the door panel as you can. Because here is where the splines and stuff would stick out. So the kit also it comes with all the mounting hardware. You just have to find places to mount it. Okay, right there, that black piece right there, that is one of the spacers that's on those bolts down there. There, I've only had to mount it twice here, and then I zip tied it here to where it would not move. Now, for the longevity of these things, you're gonna wanna you're going to want to grease these eventually. They're going to come with some grease on them, but I imagine it will wear out. I haven't had to grease these yet, but I'm going to. This car is actually leaking oil out of the head right now, so I'm not using it. And then here's the actual motor itself mounted up. And it's actually crazy simple. I thought it did take 3 days and 3 people to install this kit, but we wasn't working on it like from dusk till dawn. All these wires are the same ones coming out of the car into the door. It's all color coded. All these go through the door, which, yes, you're going to have to cut a hole in your door panel. It sucks, but and then all of them plug into here. As far as I remember, they're not numbered, so you are going to have to pay attention to which one you plug in where, because I tell you, whenever I first installed the kit, I had to take all these door panels off multiple times because I had the wrong one plugged in to the wrong window. And that's pretty much it for the driver's door. As far as the wiring goes, that kit comes with damn near a mile of wire that you're going to have to add to your car. This wire right here runs back to the driver's side rear. Forgot to show you, right here is the power window, not power window, but the power lock actuator. Let me grab my keys. Lock, unlock, and it comes with the rods and stuff, but you will have to bend them and basically custom fabricate what they send you into a working piece. I didn't tell you the price on the kit because I don't know how much it is now. I just know how much it was when I bought it, and it was $130 something for the windows and the locks. You got all those other wires right there. The big ones, the bigger ones down there in the bundle go back to the windows. The little ones right there go to the locks. And now we'll go over to the other side and show you the passenger door. Here is passenger side front door. That's the connectors that connect for the windows. And then that comes out of the switch into the motor. Ooh, somebody's got marijuana next door. You smell that? Fuck. If I didn't hate my neighbors, I would ask for some, but I fucking hate my neighbors. It's basically the same setup. It is mounted differently. There's no spacers on this side, but there's still a zip tie. There's zip ties holding neons together, people. This one's pretty simple. There's the lock actuator. And we'll move on to the back, to the rear. Before we move on to the rear passenger door, those wires, just like the ones that go out of the car into the door on the driver's side, have to pass through that right there. They go up in there. There you can see them. They go all the way over into that control box. The rear doors, I mean, there's not much difference except you have to mount the lock actuator on the outside because there's just not enough room to get inside the door. You can see all that right there. That's all included hardware in the kit, and basically it's all the same premise. Mount your motor however which way you can find that's not going to interfere with putting the door panel back on. Drill your hole in your door, and the kit does come with these caps. It comes with a lot of them, and that's to cover up this piece. And what I had to do on the back of this car, because there was no conduit / hoses to run wires because there's no speakers in the rear doors of these cars. So what I did, I actually made some. I went and bought conduit, ran the wires through it, and then taped it up. Now, you're going to have to remove your front seats, possibly even your back seats if you're doing it on a different car. I didn't have to remove my back seats in this car. But what I did to be able to run those wires, because the carpet does not split in the back. It comes to an end right there. Right there. If you can see the wires right there, I actually took a coat hanger. You know, we had to remove the seats. Took a coat hanger, taped those wires to it, and ran it under the carpet. And I had to take out this plastic cover on this beam and run it through the body, because there are grommets there from the factory for the rear power locks that would have came on like the RT, not the RT, but the Espresso models and things of that nature. So coat hanger did work for me. Other than that, it's pretty cut and dry. Like I said, it took 3 days and 3 people to install this kit. It's about a mile's worth of wire. And I did not mention which connectors was. I think it was all the connectors. All the connectors you see, that connector hanging out of that door right there, all the ones that I think plug in to the back of the switches. They are not pre-wired. They are all loose wires. The kit comes with a diagram telling you where to which slot to plug each wire end in. And once you plug them in, they don't come back out without like a really tiny screwdriver to depress a clip inside of them. If I was able to, I would show you. I'm not able to at the moment. But that's pretty much the gist of it. It brought, you know, a piece of modern type technology to this older car that was not set up for it from factory. I mean, I know some of these cars came with power windows, but I don't think any Neon ever came with 4-door power windows. I think I'm probably the first one to do it with a complete universal kit. Here is the power wire. I ran it straight to battery. That is for the locks. I couldn't wire it in with the ignition like I did the windows, because, I mean, that would mean if your key wasn't on, your locks wasn't going to work. So the locks can be plugged in straight to the battery, but the windows really don't need to be, because there are LEDs inside the switches that light up when they have power. So therefore you would be burning power all the time if you left them on. No, this is going to be my first video for this channel, and I think I may take it further. I have other projects in the works. I'm hoping to get this fixed soon, because right now I'm having to drive something that I don't really want to drive. This is my baby. Yeah, once I can get the oil problem fixed on it with it spitting oil, I'll be glad to get back in it. And maybe eventually I'll do a full like showcase video of this car. That would be pretty cool. And I'll, you know, post a build list of what I got in it considered, but it's not really a build. It's just an old car that I love from the 90s, because I love 90s nostalgia, that I added a bunch of modern stuff to.